Thank you for joining us today. Today we're going to delve into our second topic on our journey through kitchen organization. And so we've got professional organizer Pam back with us to talk about today's topic, which I think a lot of people struggle with, keeping that food storage container, drawer, or cabinet nice and organized. Seems like no matter how hard you try, those storage units just seem to run away in the middle of the night and get all jumbled up. So that's going to be our topic today. Before we dive too deep into that, Pam, I'm curious, was there a single moment that inspired you to turn organizing into a profession?
Yes, it was helping my brother Brian go through his house that he lived through in decades and go through and downsize. And doing that, it was so successful that I decided, hey, you know, I really love this. And I was tired of retail. I was doing retail at the time. I said, I'm going to investigate this. So I investigated, and then I became a professional organizer. Yeah.
So do you have a preference for using a cabinet or a drawer whenever it comes to food storage containers? And does it even matter?
I sure do. Food storage containers, I believe the best thing is to have them above the counter. So here is an example of where I have mine. So people will probably recognize these. I have them stacked, and then I have a stack of the lids. So the reason to have it here is, to my right is my sink, and back here is my stove. And when you have food ready to go into a container, I think it ought to go quickly, because one of the fun things about being in the kitchen is creating. Not everybody loves the cleaning up. So if you've had a great meal, it's kind of cool just to easily pop it into a container. And then you see these are become very popular because you can put it into the microwave with the lid on. So then what's so beautiful about this is you've got the storage container and the serving dish too. Okay, now the reason I have the lid on is I believe taking those few seconds to mash things up helps. And that's because if I do this and have the lids on top, then again, that's a step where I've got to take it apart and separate them. These are so lovely. Why not just go ahead and keep the lid with it and put it right into the cabinet? All right, so.
And there's nothing worse than having your container full of food and then you go to find the lid and you have no idea where it went.
Right, you cannot find the lid, and that's one of the tough things about down below, but I will show that in a minute. So you may recognize these are the containers. This is from Glad, and they would sell like a big box with all these different sizes. So you can see I like color, and so this is something that you can buy, you know, in any store that has storage things. And they come in smaller sizes and big. So the cool thing about this is you instantly have made yourself, instead of one area, you've made yourself two shelves. Also notice, again, the lid with the container. So it's just so easy. If you are going to stack, think in terms of two. So you're going to stack two things together. 1, 2, but then you're going to have those two lids either right on top or underneath. And then that is, so this is, again, easy to reach. And you notice I have like with like, they're pretty close. I usually use these because I live alone. But then when my family comes to visit, which is great, and they take over my kitchen and do all this fabulous cooking, then they can easily see, hey, here's container. And you and I, Chef, were talking about soup. It just seems like soup should go in a round container. Yes. All right, so that's the top of the counter organizing.
Whenever you go to clients' homes and help them organize their kitchens, is this an area that you find many people can purge some of those excessive food storage containers? Does quality over quantity matter here?
Absolutely. Quality over quantity, definitely. In many people's kitchens, at the bottom of the cabinet, they've got that upper Tupperware from the 70s. Do you remember? It was orange, green, and brown, and you would push down on the top. Well, those are terrific, and they lasted. And it's okay, unless you really love those, that's something that could be donated so that you can embrace these newer containers.
So how important is the shape of the food container?
Well, I think the shape is pretty important when you think about stacking in the refrigerator. So from the efficiency standpoint, I would say that the square is the way to go. You can get more into the refrigerator. So here is the bottom cabinet. Now I'm very lucky because this is fabulous, right? The pull-out shelf.
Yes.
What if you don't have that? You can do it with, you can make yourself with a tray. So this is just a plastic tray. I got it at Big Lots for $6 a few years ago, you know, great for parties. And also, it's great for making yourself a pull-out. So down here, you recognize these, and then look how easy it is. You know, instead of it being all spread over the tray, this is a plastic container that I got this last week. Salad, prepared salad was in this. But look how great. It's light and it holds those lids. So it's no reaching back, okay, where's that lid that fits? This container, I want to use this one, but where's that lid? And then some more of the Glad, you know, these are extras for me. So again, this is a great place. And look at this cardboard box, you know, that came in some other stuff I got. And so this just demonstrates that you do not have to have expensive stuff in your kitchen. You do what works, use boxes and other things. Now, let's say you want to upgrade because plastic cleans out well. Okay, can you tell what my favorite color is? So don't be distracted by that. If you don't like hot pink, just look at the concept of this large. See, it's like goes from here to here, like that large. And then you put that in there, and then voila, you have made your own, the tray, you've made your own pull-out, and that's going to save you reaching. It's going to be better on your back. These wonderful silicone bags. So this is one of the newest gadgets because you can use it for everything. But notice, like this one, okay, so it's got a bigger bottom, but it does fold. So now, you got a couple of these. Oh no, what do we do with that? Well, if you have a drawer, you could put that in there. And of course, most people believe that they could use a couple more drawers in the kitchen. So let me show you some options. Okay, guess what? Another thing that I spray painted pink. I'm kind of wild with the tropical pink from Ace Hardware. So this is a office supply thing, and this is where you put files and letters. Well, look how well, like I'm going to have the top up, the bigger part. But look now what that does. And you get another one, And now they are upright. You've added a decorative component. And then let me show you what you can do. I'm moving my toaster and the can opener, and I'm just slipping it right in there.
And what I love about these bags is they're a much more sustainable option. Usually whenever you have the like Ziploc sandwich baggies, you use it once and you throw it away, and then that plastic lasts forever. And these are so great because they're easy to wash. It's a really great way to find something more reusable and have that little bit of a better impact on the world around us.
Yes. One more thing. Okay. Also, office supply, bigger. For those of you who would want something other than pink. And again, then that can go there. So the last option I want to show you is, of course, another pink item that I spray painted. On the bottom it was purple, now I made it pink. All right. And so now you can put those right in here. Now, on this counter, it sticks out just a little bit too much. You know, this is prime space for food prep. So what if we just move things around, and voila, there you are. It's in a container that you like, it's corralling them, and they're right there, easily accessible. And one other thing, perhaps you have seen these. Well, they go in the cabinet, and now suddenly you've got 3 shelves. So let's say we move this out. And put this here. And then now you've got 1, 2, 3 shelves. Look how many things you can get there. And you pull your bags out from the bottom. If you don't like that, put your bags in the middle or on top. So you can tell that I'm really an organizing geek. I love all this stuff. So I'm so happy to be able to let you know options that you can customize your kitchen so that you are not agonizing the kitchen. You are organizing your kitchen.
And it's all about what's going to work for you. Like, so you might have to play around with a few different options before you find the one that you can really go back to every time you're putting those bags in the same spot, and that's how you know that it's the right fit for you.
Exactly, because everyone's brain's different. So what makes sense to you? If you're a visual person, you like to have everything, as many things out as possible. So, and the things that you use the most are what are going to be out, so you can find them easily. One last thing, something like this, you know, a container for cereal or nuts. Again, you can see how this could go flying to the bottom of the cabinet. So, and if you're like me, sometimes I'll put away dishes that aren't totally dry. So instead of having to put it on and leave it open to dry, again, ready for use, just pop it in there. It really is worth it, because I don't want you reaching down there, hurting your back, trying to find this little thing when you can keep it right here in the container.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we have given you all some ideas of how you can get your food storage container areas organized in a way that's going to work well for you. We thank you so much for the time that you've spent with us today. Join us next time whenever we delve into our 3rd excursion on our journey to an organized kitchen. Pam, thank you so much for your time, and we will see you all later.